Hello and welcome to the latest episode of my Knitting and Creative podcast. My name on Instagram is Orchid's Heart and I'm coming to you from Birmingham in England, and I am knitting, trying not to look, and only partially succeeding because it's double-stranded. So I'm going to put that down for a moment. How's everybody? I'm absolutely freezing. I did have a jumper on, a sweater previously to starting filming this, but it didn't really go with what I was wearing, so took it off. I'll be putting it back on after this is finished because I'm cold. But I had a small update I wanted to share with you today. No sewing, this is just knitting and the smallest mention of spinning, and that's it. So I just thought I would share because I have been busy and I finished something that I'm really proud of, and then I finished a couple of other things and started something else. So yes, starting with the smaller finished object. So I shared in my last video that I had knit this. So this is the Holger Junior sweater, and I mentioned that it was absolutely massive for my son at the moment and that I was considering casting on another one that would fit him right now. So I did. I knit it, cast it on, I cast it on and knit it in a week. And so this is using some of the leftovers from the previous Holger. You will see the sleeves the same, and the neck is what this sleeve was made from. And then I had some leftover mystery green DK Rowan, which I knit a cardigan from, and then the oatmeal is the same as the oatmeal in this one, which is double Sunday. And then this is some yarn I won in a giveaway. It's not really my colour, it's too orangey, and I think it's the orange red Le Petit Lambswool by Biches. So the green is superwash and the others are not. To recap, the yellow and the grey is Mendip yarn by Marina Skua. I'm assuming it's the DK, not the full ply. And then this is double Sunday, I think I mentioned, by Sanders Garn, which I've never used before. And that was the only yarn I bought to knit these. And I've still got half a ball left actually. I bought 3 balls. And I've done half the body of both of these, and I've got half a ball left. But I could have knit this one a bit longer, just I actually ran out of yarn. I don't know if you can tell, but the last 2 stripes are a different shade of green to the main one. But yes, so I knit the second size that she gives for this one, which I think is 2 to 3 years. And then I cast on the 1 to 2 years. My son is currently 18 months. And I got a certain way through, and it really wasn't that much smaller than this one, and this is way too big for him at the moment. So I made up my own numbers. Because I'd recently knit this one, it was fully in my head how to structure it and how it would increase. And so I was able to wiggle the number slightly. So this is slightly smaller than the smallest size, and so that has given me enough size difference between the two of them. The sleeve is quite a bit shorter, the length is quite a bit shorter. I will say, in true baby physique style, he has quite a big belly and a very slim body overall. He's not one of those chubby babies. He was quite chubby for a while last year, but I say this because the size of his tummy, this isn't quite long enough. He has a bit one of those like old man beer belly situations going on. So maybe this one isn't going to be long enough either, but I'm assuming by age 3-ish, maybe the baby belly situation won't be the same. I don't know. I hope this is going to be long enough. It looks in proportion to me. I just didn't really think about that I would need to add length for his tummy. I say that with complete love, he is perfect, obviously. But Yeah, I had it in my head that he's long and skinny, but he's long and skinny and has a big tummy, so I should have knit it even longer and I didn't. This is a recurring thing when I knit things for him, that they just always come out too short. But I did want to share, even if you don't knit children's garments, he's probably worn this 3 days straight, and the double Sunday seems to be pilling a lot. I mean, this is a child who rolls around on the floor, scoots on his tummy, he does crawl a bit, he does walk a bit. The tummy seems to especially have fuzzed up yesterday, and it's all coming off onto the other bits. I can tell it's the double Sunday that's the worst offender, because as you can see it's oatmeal bubbles that are coming off onto the sleeves. So I don't know how they're going to fare. Maybe by the time he's walking it won't be quite so bad. I don't know, but I thought that was an interesting, like, I don't know how well you can see, but the double Sunday has definitely deteriorated at rapid speed, and the others not so much. So, I mean, rustic wools like these two will always hold up better than a superwash soft wool. Someone did say to me that the Peer Gynt by Sanders Garn probably holds up much better for children's garments. So that's one to think of, but the double Sunday was a recommended yarn for the pattern, and I was able to get hold of it locally, so that's why I chose it. I mean, that yarn seller does also do Peer Gynt, so perhaps I should have used that. But if I'm honest, I find the Sanders Garn yarn lines kind of confusing, because there's Peer Gynt, then there's like Peer Gynt something else, or Tin Gynt, or I don't know, there's different words for different weights of the same like yarn line, like Sunday and double Sunday. I understand the double Sunday is double thickness to the Sunday yarn, but that is the only one that's in English. It's a language barrier thing, it's my problem. But I just get really confused, so I can never really work out which yarn I'm supposed to be using if I'm not using the exact yarn that they're recommending. But yes, that's my smaller finished object. So that was just a really quick project whilst I was finishing off this. So I will take a photo of me wearing this. Does not go with what I'm wearing right now. But yeah, how beautiful is this? So this is the Mabel Meadow cardigan by Mipi, the label, Mipi, the label, I'm not sure. And it is also inspired by Marlene knits, because she knit it in the same yarn, which is Vovo by Retrosaria Pomar. This pattern is meant to be a sport weight held, or a sport redique held with a lace weight. This is just a sport weight. So it's not knitted the same gauge, which is what Marlene did. And she did hers with straight sleeves. I've done the puff sleeves, and mine's a bit cropped. So hers has a more classic shape, whereas mine's got a cropped body and puffed sleeves. And I think it's going to be wonderful for spring and summer. I've used Corso buttons, and so they're a nice contrast. And it's got this lovely lace and cable pattern. By the time I finished the second sleeve, I had the pattern memorised, and I really enjoyed it. It had the right amount of interest to keep me engaged, and I didn't get bored, but I think had I had to do much more sleeve repeats, then I probably would have gotten bored, because, so she says to do 7 repeats, I did 10 on each sleeve, because 7 repeats would have given me a 3/4 length sleeve. And I'm guessing that's just because my gauge is just way off. So it also meant that I knew I was going to run out of yarn, and so I had to order an extra ball, of which I used barely anything. I literally got to here on the second sleeve, and that's when I ran out. But so if I'd done 1 less repeat and done 9 repeats on each sleeve, I might have had enough with my 6 balls of yarn. But I didn't want to skimp on sleeve length, because I thought, if the sleeves aren't full and long enough, it will just look like it's too small. and so the sleeves need to be full, and I knew that once I did the cinched in cuff that would bring it in and naturally make it sit a bit shorter. So hopefully, I've not tried this on with a dress yet, but hopefully this will fit perfectly. And yeah, I would have liked it to be a tad longer so I could wear it with high-waisted jeans. It is a bit short to wear with trousers, but with a dress it will be perfect. So yeah, let me know what you think. I'm really pleased. I think it's really beautiful. I really hope the yarn wears well and it continues to look gorgeous because I'm very much in love with it. But yeah, that is my main finished object. Which leads me then on to whips. So when I ordered this yarn, I didn't feel I could order just one skein of yarn, so I did treat myself to this beautiful Snowdonia Garthenor yarn, which is this lovely bright red. So for context, I mean, you might be able to see this one's very orangey and this one's quite a classic red. I don't know if red particularly suits me, to be honest. I have a red hat I wear quite a lot. I'm not sure that red is really my colour. So I don't know whether this would suit me near my face or not, but I fell in love with this, and one of my favourite pairs of socks is knit with the Garthenor Snowdonia sock yarn. I do only wear them in the house because it's a no nylon sock yarn, and I'm quite heavy going on my feet, so I don't trust wearing them without nylon in the house. But I did buy 2 skeins of this. This is the shade Burnet, and it's a 90% Romney, 10% Hebridean, 200 metres to 50 grams, so just a standard 4-ply weight. But it feels lovely. This would make a really nice garment, I think. And I have cast on and started knitting my first sock. So really not made very much progress, literally just this. In a very apt, I feel, mushroom bag with one of my own mushroom stitch markers. So just enjoying that. This will be my portable project for a while. I had been carrying around the green cardigan with me, which was maybe a little bit too challenging for work knitting, but I was managing it. So this will be a lot more appropriate. So hopefully they'll work quite quickly if I'm carrying them around with me. But I've been very much enjoying those. And I think they will look really lovely with my last main whip, which is this. So I think I showed this last time, and I had just finished the body, and I'm now, sorry, just finished the yoke. I am now working on the body. So I thought I'd just share again, especially for those of you who didn't see my last episode. This is the Bluebird Cardigan by Ronja. I don't know how to say her surname, sorry, but I will put it on screen and down below. And I'm knitting this with a Rowan Company yarn and the charcoal British wool 4-ply held double. It's on a cone by Woolly Knit. So it should be like this gorgeous rustic cardigan. It'll be steeked. And I'm thinking of also doing quite puffed long sleeves like the green one with this. I am really struggling at work with wearing jumpers. It's too warm in the office, and so I would like more things that have a bit of airflow. Most of my cardigans are really thick and chunky and rustic, and they just don't really work so well with the clothes that I'm wearing to work. And so I thought a couple of nicer cardigans, you know, with the space in the sleeves to be able to move, might be quite nice. So I can kind of see myself wearing this to work as well over a dress. And I'm going to try and knit this with a longer body, so that it's maybe got a bit more of an oversized fit, so it could fit over another knitted item as well if I wanted it to. I don't know, I think I have to knit, I'll probably knit most of the body like to a normal cropped length, then do the sleeves, and then try it on and decide how much longer I want to knit it. I think I did show in my last video that I had bought thrifted some black and white, and that was beige and black, so very similar colours to this, checked linen, and I wanted to make a dress from it. I've now decided what kind of dress I want to make, so maybe I can share a picture of that. And I think this would look really nice with that. Maybe it would look too much, I don't know. But depending on how long it takes me to make that dress, maybe I can try it on with this and work that out. It'd look so good with this red pair of socks, I think. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Very, red socks, bare legs, linen dress, this cardigan. Could be a very nice outfit. Maybe I'd wear these to work because I'm only riding my bike to the office, not walking. I don't know how much friction that causes on your socks, to be honest. And then I'm mostly sat at my desk all day, so it could be an option. But I also get quite warm, so maybe I don't want to wear woolly socks to work. I mean, I do sometimes. So yeah, that's kind of mostly what I've been up to on the knitting front. With the checked dress, now that I've mentioned it, I did share my stories the other day whether anybody had any thoughts of sewing patterns similar to the style of that dress. And quite a few people said hinterland dress. And I kind of went, because the hinterland dress is similar but not the same. So it would require some mental effort to make some changes. Lowering the waist, changing the armholes and the neck hole, maybe making the skirt fuller and then adding a ruffle, which isn't like a lot, but I only have very limited making time, so the thought of having to make any changes kind of made me go a bit, don't want to do it. But I think I'm going to. I have some time off work coming up, so I think I'm just going to brave it, and I think I'm going to make a vlog about that process, because I thought it might be interesting, and the baby isn't around, so I might actually be able to do it. So let me know what you think if you're interested on seeing that vlog. Yeah. And then the last kind of thing I've been working on is I have finally picked up my spinning again. So the year before last, whilst I was pregnant, I went to Wonderwool and I bought some fibre by Marina Skua. So this is her Skua blend, which Wingham Wool made in partnership with Marina. And it has Dorset Horn, Cheviot, Manx, Manx Lockton, Teeswater and Jacobs in it. So this is it undyed, and then she dyes some of them. So I bought this dyed one and this undyed one, and I'm going to spin a single out of this and a single out of this, and I'm going to ply them together, and I'm hoping it will give me a nice gently coloured 2-ply yarn. No idea, not really done this before. So I've started spinning this one, and without putting too much focus on it, I'm going to try and spin 10 minutes most days at least. I don't know whether I will stick to that or whether I will do a bit longer every few days. I'm not sure. I'm not going to do hard and fast because I have to do 10 minutes every day, because I do work, I do have a toddler, I do occasionally go out. Sorry, crinkle. And there is a lot going on in family life at the moment with other things, so I don't want to burden myself with another must-do task. I'm sure if you've got young people in your home, you know how frantic evenings can be. You get home, you've got to get dinner on, you've got to feed everybody, you've got to do the bath, the clean up, the tidy up. You're also downloading yourself and getting back from work, and then before you know it, it's your own bedtime. Sorry, for a moment I panicked because I heard a child and I thought, I didn't put the monitor on, and then I just realised he's not here, so that's why the monitor's not on. It's not my child that's making a noise, it's someone else's. But yeah, so it would be nice to do more spinning and make more of a conscious effort to spin, but I'm not going to beat myself up if I don't make good progress on it. But the last time I got a project going and sat down and thought, right, I'm going to do this, I did actually invest more time into spinning, and it made me feel a bit happier to be switching up, not just knitting all the time, but doing a bit of knitting, a bit of spinning and a bit of sewing. As much as I love knitting and I find it really easy to get drawn into, I must finish this project by a certain time, or I want to get this project finished because I want to wear it, I do sometimes start to feel a bit like, I do want to do something else with my time, but I'm getting stuck by arbitrary deadlines. So I'm trying to release myself a bit from that pressure by introducing new pressures. No, joke. Just giving myself more options and things to do. I find that though knitting is very meditating for me, I do tend to watch TV when I'm knitting, or like YouTube podcasts. Whereas with spinning, I tend to listen to the radio or listen to music, and so I find it meditative in a much calmer way. Like I really get into what I'm listening to as well. And so that was really nice to spend a bit of time the other day doing that. I say that, I think it was on Friday I picked it up, and it's Monday now, and I haven't picked it up since Friday. So I'm already showing you like how well that's going. Maybe I'll do a bit tonight. I will definitely do some tomorrow, because tomorrow I don't work. I just look after my son. So it depends what activities we end up getting up to. But yeah, hopefully I will allow myself some rest time whilst he's also having a rest. Oh, that's why, because yesterday we had family visiting, and then on Saturday we had a really bad sleep night Friday night, and so when I got him down for a nap, which usually involves me sitting with him for a little bit, quite often goes to sleep within 5 minutes, it's not very long, but he likes to lean on me for the first part. We both fell asleep together for 2 hours. 2 hours, so I was in bed with him, and before I knew it, he was stood over me going, hiya, hiya, and poking me. And I was like, oh my god, what's going on? And I'd obviously just gone to sleep with him, and so he had woken up from his nap and was like, what, why are you here poking me? He doesn't talk very much yet, but yeah, so he was leaning over going, hiya, hiya, hiya. I was like, oh god. I had not realised I'd gone to sleep, but obviously it was needed. So yes, I didn't get any crafting done that day because that was my window to do it in. But I very much enjoyed the sleepy cuddles with my son, obviously. So yeah, that's all I'm going to share with you today. That's what I've been working on. A bit of a window also into what I would like to be working on in the next couple of weeks. Not much for a monthly update video. I know it's quite short and sweet, but yeah, I mean that's all I've been doing. A bit of cooking, a bit of baking. Mostly just getting on with things at the moment. So yeah, let me know what you guys have been working on, and let me know whether you've got any better ideas for sewing patterns where I could just be lazy, or whether you think that doing the hinterland dress probably is a good thing to do. At least I have pattern cut out already. I'm very familiar with it. It probably is fine. Anyway, there we go. I'm going to leave it there. So, speak to you all soon. Thank you very much. Goodbye.